Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of the Clipper Nation. Thank you so much for joining me on Friday, September 29th, to talk about the DAO Operator rollout. So this is actually a big day. We're recording so everyone can follow along after the fact, and thank you to the 68 people who are in the audience right now. But you know me as Floss2X Daily, Ben Klein, the head of community at ClipperDex and Shipyard Software, and myself along with the captains and along with the community, we provide an invaluable role for the running and operations of ClipperDex. You know, we maintain an events calendar. We inform you about what's going on with the budget. We handle Twitter. There's tons of stuff that myself as the head of community does along with the help of the captains. But in the last month, as we launched the sale token and we have moved towards decentralization, it occurs to the team and to the larger community that actually someone in my role as the head of community can in fact, let's say, obviously not intentionally, but can hamstring the decentralization in the sense that people won't do the roles that are necessary for the operation of the community because you can just rely on Floss to do it. And so I've decided that we want the vacuum of the head of community roles to be filled and stepped up by the community. And in that sense, we are going to be rolling out what's called operator roles. And you can always see operator is a term of art that we've used. If you go to docs.admiralsdao.xyz, you can go to the operator responsibilities. And operators are kind of VIPs in the ecosystem. Not necessarily VIPs, but they're the people that hold responsibilities. They set standards for acceptable behavior. They act as project maintainers. And really, they operate the DAO. And a lot of those responsibilities have fallen on the head of community. And I would like to take a step back so that the community can really step up into those roles. So what we'll be doing today is going over the operator roles that are going to be coming out next week. We'll go over the roles and responsibilities of all of them. And on Monday, those are going to be posted in the Discord in the proposal submission forum with the specific roles and responsibilities. And we'll be following the operator elections, which were written by the community. Let's go to snapshot. You can see those. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the operator elections model and we're going to go through the operator roles. And on Monday, I hope that the community steps up into these roles. So let's jump right into it. We're going to start off with 5 specific operator roles, which will be coming out on Monday. All of these will be compensated positions. Let me change to just the comp so people can see. Oops. All right. These are compensated positions. They'll be compensated at a fair market rate as determined by the Security Council, DAO Treasury Officer, and active members of the DAO. So once you put your name into the ring, and if you are elected to the position, then you're going to speak and we're going to determine a fair market rate to pay you. The first operator role, and actually this is one that I will be applying for because I'm not stepping down fully. I want to just go be a rank and file operator, just equivalent like as all of the other operators in the community. And the first one is the community ambassador / community reporter / community liaison. And this person serves as a bridge between the DAO, its leadership, and the broader community, ensuring transparent and effective communications. And my expectation, if I am elected by the community to serve in this position, is to hold monthly interviews, in-depth interviews with the CEO or other key team members of Shipyard or ClipperDex to provide updates and insights into the DAO's activities. This is kind of what we have done in the past as quarterly State of the Unions. We're going to move these up to monthly interviews so you know what's going on in the dev pipeline. I also expect, again, or whoever this person is, the community ambassador, to collect questions from the DAO and broader community to be addressed during the interviews. So nothing gets lost. We're going to hold lots of transparent conversations so we know what the direction of Clipper is. Similarly, there will be transparency reports, takeaways from these interviews, and publish them to the community so everyone knows what's going on. And of course, there'll be a feedback loop to ensure that community concerns and suggestions are addressed by the leadership. I would hope to be the voice of the community to make sure that the rank and file members are heard. This is also a chance, I believe. As you know, we have our snapshot where we have all the different proposals that go up. Some have passed, some are currently in the process of being voted on. And these are the will of the people in what the DAO should be doing. And the DAO together needs to determine what is the priority for the pipeline. And I imagine the role of the community operator, the community ambassador, would be to help in determining what that dev priority pipeline should be. So that's like, if we've decided to launch on 5 new chains, what chain should we choose first? And where should we put the dev resources to go in that? So that's the community ambassador, and we're going to put that role up on Monday along with the other 5. The next one we're going to talk about is called the community experience architect, community operations and engagement. The key purpose here is to cultivate an active, informed, and engaged community through regular updates, events, and feedback mechanisms. So this person's going to be in charge of weekly announcements, maintaining the community calendar so everyone knows what's going on. Also event planning, organizing community events like AMAs, one-off quests, fun hangouts, really just the day-to-day, making sure that the community is active and having fun. Also doing feedback. Right now, we do that as a monthly community poll where we take the Net Promoter Score to see how well we're doing, how well ClipperDex is doing in engaging the community. And the community experience architect would be in charge of that. And of course, maintaining the calendar. In terms of governance, they'd have to submit quarterly proposals outlining all the planned community events for that quarter so that everyone knows what's going on for the next quarter. And again, it's going to be compensated at a fair market rate. So those are 2 of the 5. Before I move on to talk about the next 3, I just want to see if there are any questions. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through. Danny Witt says he'd like all of the roles. Well, there's no reason why you shouldn't apply for them. So we're gonna go through all these roles. We're going to go through the operator elections model, and I'm going to tell you how you can apply for these on Monday. I certainly myself have in mind a number of people who could work for these. Of course, for the community ambassador, I see myself in this role. But as you can see in our operator elections, it's going to be whoever gets the most votes of however many people apply to it. So it's open elections, basically. I see myself in that role, but perhaps you think you can do a better job than me. And I encourage anyone to apply. Community Experience Architect, Danny Witz, I think you'd be wonderful for that. Captain MEN, basically all of our captains that were super active during the last adventure should certainly apply for this. Coming up next is the Community Technical Advocate. This is basically tech support and doing tickets to provide timely and effective technical support to the community, ensuring a smooth user experience. So this is a person, they handle their tickets. They do an FAQ compilation. So you see a lot of common problems or common questions. They're going to compile those so that everyone knows, look, I've had this problem before and here's how you can deal with it. And of course, tutorials to teach people how to use the product for our new users. Personally, I see someone, again, I don't want to tip the scales here, but I see someone like Captain Rusty, who already does so much work in tech support, to be ideal for this operator role, and I hope that that person applies. Next up is a really important role, financial steward of the DAO. Basically, this is the Treasury officer. As you know, ClipperDex, all the revenue generated goes to Admiral DAO, which is the DAO that governs the Treasury. So that means that there is Treasury out there, and we need to have a little bit of Treasury management. So this financial steward oversees the DAO's financial activities, ensuring transparency, efficiency, and alignment with the community goals. Now, Jeremy, who's in the audience, can talk about what this doesn't mean. I mean, it doesn't mean that this person is able to just spend the money. They don't have a key to the purse, if you will. But they will be able to outline the actual procedure for distributing the funds towards the things that the community decides that it should go to. So for instance, probably the first responsibility of the Treasury operator is we have adventure rewards. We just completed adventure number 4. Clipper sales is about a month long, and the 4,000 pirates that actually completed are eligible for rewards. They're going to get an adventure 4 payout in sale. 8 million sale is what we've decided we're giving out to the community. However, according to the bylaws and the distribution schedule, the community residual only gets 3 million a month. So the DAO operator needs to come up with a plan. How are we going to pay out this 8 million sale when 3 million is coming in every month? And they need to come out with an effective plan. They need to determine who gets what, when they get it, and when it vests. So, just off the top of the head, maybe you're eligible to 25% to claim of your eligible rewards up front, and then the remaining 75% will be paid out over the following 6 months, so we don't completely empty the treasury. But that's something that the DAO operator's got to do. So we're looking for someone who is financially savvy, perhaps an accountant, and can work on that kind of things. So responsibilities, bounty management, define and manage community bounties to incentivize contributions, financial reporting, provide detailed monthly reports on the DAO's financial health, including expenses, revenues, and other key metrics. These are things that the community should know. They should know how much money is in the treasury, how much is coming in every month, where it's going out, where it's going to. We want to be very transparent with this. And also proposal evaluation. Assess and comment on the financial implications of governance proposals. So if someone puts in a proposal, which I'm sure would get voted down, that says like, hey, pay me all of the money in the treasury. Well, of course, that's a silly one that would get voted down. But if let's tweak that back a few steps and say that this is something a little more reasonable. And the treasury operator could come in and say, well, here's our income. Here's what you're suggesting you will do. And this would be the effect on the overall community and the treasury if we were to go through with this. And with that in mind, I am suggesting to the community that they should vote for or against this proposal. I think that Captain T would actually be a perfect person for this. He already has written a number of proposals that have to do with finance, like, for instance, the Adventure 4 rewards distribution. He's not afraid to go into full detail with whatever percentages. And I hope I'm not blowing up his spot, but I know in his professional IRL life, he does work with, can I say that you're an accountant? You can tell me and we'll bleep it out of the recording if that's not the case, or if you don't want that known. But Captain T is, he knows what he's about. So I see we have like really wonderful, responsible, qualified people in our community. And the purpose of this is for them to step up and show us what you got and donate their time and experience and expertise to the community, of course, in exchange for financial remuneration. All right. So the last one is the social media operator. This is to oversee the DAO social media accounts, including Clipper Twitter and any others like Shipyard Software or whatever other projects are part of the DAO. So this is writing engaging social media copy, collaborating with marketing and community leads to conceptualize social media campaigns, develop reports talking about how our social media is, if it's going in the correct direction or not, and basically be a Twitter manager and Discord manager for anything type of socials. So if you think you can do Clipper's Twitter better than they're being done now, then I expect you to apply for the role on Monday. Okay, so let me hop into questions and then we're going to talk about how this is going to work come Monday. All right, lots of Discord accounts. Captain T take a lot of heat. And Professor Clipper Sales, pumping sale. How nice of you. And wonderful. All right. So these are the 5 initial roles that are coming out. And the way that we're going to handle this is in the Discord channel, as you know, under, can I put this up on screen? Let's do that. How big can I make this? Under our community governance, as you know, access to community governance requires you to have the Clipper Sale token holder role. And to get that, all you need to do is own some Sale. So if you own Sail, you can go to Guild XYZ and get the Sail token holder role, which will open you to the community governance channel. And on Monday, in the proposal submission forum, I'm going to put in 5 new proposals. And each of those proposals is basically just going to have the roles and responsibilities of each of these DAO operator roles. So I'll make a community ambassador proposal. I'll make a community experience architect proposal. And what you will need to do is respond. So for instance, like you can see the proposals at the top. This is the operator's election proposal. The proposals at the top. Wow, there's a lot of messages in here. And then underneath that, you're able to reply. In response to the proposal, you should put in your application. And if we go to the operator elections, you can see what is needed. We know operators are needed to ensure smooth running of the DAO. So there's an application process. The discussion will be under the operator role, and you put in your, if you're an interested applicant, you're going to put in, and you've read through the operator's code of conduct and the duties and responsibilities. These are all linked here. And you're going to talk about, you basically follow this application. Put in your name with a short intro, what position you're applying for, and why you would make a great operator, why people should vote for you, and why you should be elected, any conflicts of interest, the wallet you would be going through. And then we will have an election. So after we've made it through the proposal submission form, it'll go to the temperature check, and the top candidates will be going to Snapshot to see if they will be elected. So I want to keep this short because we're putting it up on YouTube, and I want people to actually watch this. So to put it in short, we have 5 roles which are integral, necessary, valuable to running of the community. A community ambassador role, which is a link between the dev team, a liaison between the community, and make sure that there's proper communication channels there and shows that there's transparency. Then there's the community experience architect, which runs the day-to-day, making sure everyone is having fun in the community and also doing event planning. There's the community technical advocate, which handles tech support. There's the financial steward, which provides reports on the actual running of the treasury. And finally, there's running our socials. So look, I've done it up till now, but now it's time for the community to step up as we've moved into decentralization. So I'm excited to be a rank and file operator, and I expect that our experienced, responsible, wonderful community members will step into these roles and continue to ensure the smooth running of Admiral DAO, which governs Clipper DEX, which is the Clipper community that we are all a part of. All right, that is what I've got to say to you. Any questions? Send them to me right now. Otherwise, I'm going to hit stop recording. Thanks so much to everyone for joining, and I can't wait to see your applications on Monday. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.